You might be a genius, you're probably not a genius, and that's okay. Just become relentless. Now, what am I talking about? I have always struggled with imposter syndrome my entire life, and I have an inner voice that's telling me that I'm never enough and that I constantly have to strive for more to prove to myself that I'm intelligent. And it's something that weighed on me for quite some time throughout my high school and my university life. However, I've learned to let go and accept that I'm not a genius. As much as I'd love to be that brilliant mind that's solving the world's most crucial and tough challenges, I'm not that guy. And that's okay. You are probably not a genius, and that's fine because you don't need to be a genius to do great things. However, you have to compensate. You may not learn as quick or solve a problem as quickly as somebody with a higher intelligence, but as long as you're relentless and you have enough discipline, you will win always. Because in the end, everything is about endurance. Assuming you don't die, you will win in the long run. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever you're competing at, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a genius to do great things. Just be relentless, okay? Put all of your energy into that thing, or most of it at least, and just focus because a lot of people don't have that. Try to try to have a very optimized lifestyle to attain a certain goal, and you don't have to be a genius. Of course, it's easier said than done because comparing yourself to other people is natural, and if not if it's not in a good light, it could be very negative on one's mental health. For example, me personally, I was always having massive regrets about not starting to tinker with stuff as a kid. Because when I was a kid, I didn't tinker. When I was 12, I wasn't coding. When I was 6, I wasn't taking things apart. And I am currently pursuing studies in engineering and am an aspiring engineer. I want to build things and I want to put them out into the world. But I wasn't like that as a kid. I wasn't doing these things. I was creative, but I wasn't a genius. I wasn't that bright kid. And as somebody who's studying engineering, you look up to the founders that made the most impactful products or inventions. And the caveat is all of them are geniuses most of the time. And it makes you think, am I good enough? I was given these cards and can I do anything with them? And I was constantly comparing myself to other people thinking I'm an idiot and I can't do anything. If I can't solve something in 5 seconds, I'm an idiot. And I'm not the only one that has these thoughts. I know a lot of people that have felt this way because it's true. There's a gap between people's intelligence and but also with certain achievements, you could be confident that you're not an idiot. For example, if you could successfully graduate from an engineering program, you're probably not an idiot. Of course, you could say luck was in play, but you're probably competent enough to learn a thing or two, and that's usually enough, okay? Because a lot of it is the training and endurance that's involved with 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 just getting to the finish line of it all. Whether that's a startup or getting that promotion, it's endurance. How much work are you willing to put in? How much work are you willing to put in, and how many hours are you willing to spend doing that thing that other people are not doing, becoming a better engineer, becoming a better doctor, becoming a better lawyer, whatever it is. The amount you study in the end and the amount of practical skills you learn, that's what's going to dictate everything, not your baseline intelligence. Okay? So that's what I mean when I say being relentless. There's always going to be that lingering thought about, I'm an idiot. It's a blessing and a curse, because if you were under the impression that you're the smartest one always, you would inevitably fail and falter more often. Because if you think that you're the smartest one, chances are you're not, and your ideas aren't going to work, and you're going to ignore what's the solution, what the real solution is. And of course, this is rooted all in ego, right? And so it's okay to not be the smartest person, but you just have to be the hardest working person, and you have to be relentless, and you have to endure all of the pain and the sacrifice required to do great things. That's what's required. Of course, you could say that is promoting hustle culture, and it's an unhealthy lifestyle, but that's that's the reality. You have to compensate. So, anyways.